So the first topic of the space section, I guess, is going to be about Virgin Galactic testing their rocket powered plane. If you don't know what Virgin Galactic is, basically they're planning on doing space rides. I think it will be used to actually travel to other countries and stuff. I don't know if it'll be. I'm assuming it would be faster that way. But basically, the plane flies outside of the Earth's atmosphere, and you can get a look of space from the airplane, which is pretty cool. Um, this is I don't know how long they've been in development for, but the founders are Richard Branson and Bert Rutan or something like that. And
Okay.
yeah, so apparently in this launch, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a team of Italian researchers reached the edge of space Thursday morning, flying aboard a rocket-powered plane piloted by Virgin Galactic as the space tourism company prepares for monthly commercial flights. All right, I think this plane looks really cool. Um, The flight launched from Spaceport America in the New Mexico desert with two Italian Air Force officers and an engineer with the National Research Council of Italy, focusing on a series of microgravity experiments during their few minutes of weightlessness. I wonder why they were using Italians in this. Why were we using our American brethren?
You kidding me, bro? We can't use our own. We need every American we can get, bro.
um,
We can keep.
yeah. One wore a special suit that measured biometric data and physiological responses, while another conducted tests using sensors to track heart rate, brain function, and other metrics while in microgravity. Is is microgravity just like, well, it says weak gravity. Is that just what it is? I'm not sure. The third studied how certain liquids and solids mix in that very weak gravity. Okay, so that's what it seems like. Virgin Galactic live streamed the flight on its website, showing the moment when the ship released from its carrier plane and the rocket was ignited. The entire trip from lifting off at Spaceport America to gliding back down to the runway took about 90 minutes. So I guess we can look at the launch and we can skip to where they're in space and then they're landing, I guess. You want to do it that way?
Microgravity is the condition in which people or objects appear to be weightless.
Oh, okay. They appear to be, so I guess they're not completely weightless.
No, they just appear to be.
Okay.
They look like a piece of paper.
Okay. In in all, there were six aboard: two Virgin Galactic pilots, the three Italians, and another Virgin Galactic employee who oversees training for passengers. The ship's pilot, it marked the most Italians in space at the same time. Nice. Nice. That's what I needed to know. How many Italians have been in space at a single time? So three Italians. There you go. All right. That's just a like weird stat, but okay.
That's worse than ESPN stats, bro. Dude, don't even get me started on that either. I saw an ESPN stat one time that was like his father left him when he was 13 years old.
That's crazy.
It's like, bro, that information was not needed, dog.
Colonel Walter Viade, I don't know how to say that, a space engineer with the Italian Air Force, celebrated by unfolding an Italian flag while weightless. What the fuck? This is an American. Wait, is it an American country or company? Country. Um. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Oh, I forgot I'm on Chrome. It is headquartered in California and operates from New Mexico. Okay. Yeah, American Spaceflight Company, and they're having Italians unfurl their flag on the ship? What is this? Fucking, we need American flags up in that bitch, no? Let's see. For Via Day, it was even more historic as the Italian Air Force is marking its 100th year. He said he sees commercial flight as an opportunity for more researchers to access space and to foster the development of new technologies. Okay.
Let's see a picture of this thing. Hey, Britney Spears.
Have you seen any of the recent videos of her? She is cracked out.
We can't get into that. That we'll cover that on next week's episode.
All right, let me play this. If it loads. Come on, AP, your loading sucks. Hello. Why isn't your video not playing?
Your dial-up internet, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
84.3 kilometers. Incredible. Our mission specialists have been.
Dude, why? Okay. Is news websites like this ass?
Yeah, they're.
I
always
swear
this
they.
bad. Yeah,
they just like. Why is your website so bad?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be like big news sites and stuff? And your website is just trash. Like, come on, bro. A team of Italian researchers flew aboard a rocket-powered plane to the edge of space Thursday.
And enjoy the zero-G experience.
This is amazing. What you're seeing is Colonel Villaday going to the back to tend to the payloads that are mounted on the rack.
It was much better than I expected. I've been in training for years, and this experience really proved that it's even better than you can really imagine. So I was very much focused on having all the experiments and the payloads running successfully, but I didn't miss.
This is only one section of the plane.
The opportunity to look outside. So as soon as we get to the apogee, look outside, see the Earth tilting, the boundaries between the black of the sky and the colors of the Earth beneath us was amazing.
Viva la Italia! This is 100 years for the Italian Air Force.
Get that shit out of here. Where's the American flag, bro?
That's crazy.
See any better way?
They have height, the speed that they're going, 625. They're just Mach 1.
To celebrate these 100 years of flying together at the highest point.
Oh, it's going down because they're in space.
So it's very much
oh, she's floating.
While we are celebrating our past, we are looking to our future. And the future is definitely something that is going to deal with the space. Space is the new frontier.
Exactly.
Bro, it was in the 60s too. We're in another space age.
This isn't showing like. Let me go to the actual website. We can actually look at the flight taking off. Okay.
Pleasure to be here in the studio with you. I'm excited for today's
flight.
I'm looking forward to sharing this journey with all of our viewers across the globe.
Through the thickest parts of the Earth's atmosphere.
Okay, so that's the
Our
launch.
air launch system allows the spaceship
Galactic
attached to the mothership to take off from a runway like that of a commercial aircraft.
So, I mean...
And then you just go to space.
I can't
this
pause
takeoff
it.
allows
and then you just go to space.
the passengers to have
so
a much
you just lift off.
and more comfortable ascent.
Like, yeah, so obviously it's going to be way harder to, like, shoot an actual rocket straight up, and it's going to be way harder for passengers to, like, feel normal when they're going up like that, so they made it more comfortable.
As they make their way up to around 45,000 feet, and at that altitude, the Earth's atmosphere is much thinner, requiring less energy to launch. At our designated launch point, our mothership releases the spaceship, the rocket motor ignites, and our crew begin their rapid and exciting ascent towards space.
That's kind of insane.
Speaking of the crew, let's see who's on board today's flight.
Okay. Well,
so for re-entry, we're now at about 3.6 Gs.
Wait, this is for re-entry?
The crew will.
Bro, coming down must be scary, dog.
Barrier. We're currently at Mach 2.5.
And having, looks like, a great time, of course.
Yep.
Okay,
The
so
feather is
they
moving, as
are
you
in
can see.
space.
Starting that back
So
flip
these
maneuver
move.
I spoke of.
That's
Feather is now
interesting.
fully up.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I gotta be able to maneuver to
And
go
viva
back
Oh
la
down.
yeah, turn
Italia.
around and stuff. Yeah.
This is 100 years for the Italian Air Force. So happy centennial to the Air Force. This is absolutely incredible.
That one guy on the
And
right looks
welcome
terrified,
to
bro.
space
The one in the second
astronauts.
seat.
How absolutely incredible.
This guy?
Yeah, he's the
Benvenuto
guy
nello
getting up.
spazio. Congratulations to Walter, Angelo, and Leo on becoming astronauts today.
Nah, shout
and
out to them,
a special
though, bro. That's
congratulations to our
crazy.
pilot Nicola for his first space flight.
Pretty interesting.
Welcome back to space, Mike and
Dude,
Colin. This is absolutely
Being in space and
incredible.
looking down has to
You can
be
see I'm
like
tripping over my
one
words because I can see
You're
all
excited.
the excitement
intense
here.
experience, bro. Like it's gotta be unbelievable. Even if I was a billionaire, I probably wouldn't go to space. There's too many risks. There's too many risks.
I think,
Of course it is. But
I don't know. I probably would go to space at least once.
I mean, before I die, like if I'm in my like 60s or 70s, I'll do it because like I'm already, halfway to the dirt. But like now,
Halfway to the dirt.
I'm
He's
good.
already 3 feet under.
Yeah, like I'm like 5.5 feet at 70 years old. Like I'm like I'm only
Getting-
like a couple inches away. You know what I mean? But like right now, I'm just too young. I'm just too young.
Yeah.
Too many.
I mean, people skydive. My cousin went skydiving like last year.
I mean, if you don't care about your life, cool. I mean,
Yeah.
but nah, I think I'd rather live to see like 30 at least. Like make it to dirty 30 at least.
30, he says.
Dirty 30.
Alright, well, it wasn't that much to watch in that. Well, I guess, should I skip to where they land or no?
Yeah,
That's
I want
good
to see
enough.
that. I want to see that shit come down.
Of microgravity, that's
So yeah, they're re-entering here. Let's see. I wish they did dual screen. Okay, so they're coming down now.
That's crazy. That
This
doesn't
is
even seem real.
New Mexico. They did it on the cloudiest motherfucking day to do this shit, bro.
You know them aliens that are out there like, damn, they're getting good.
Yeah.
They just did that in a plane.
Dude, speaking of, I don't want to get too off topic, but Lex Friedman, whatever you say his name.
Lex Friedman.
He had I forget who it was, but he had someone that was in the Air Force and he was a pilot, and
Was it David Fravor?
over the threshold, that's the beginning.
it might have been him.
Well,
Oh, there's them.
Say
landing.
the account, like what happened.
Hold on, let's just watch him land real quick. Look at that touchdown. Sheesh. So the other parts of the plane detach.
Right.
So I guess they just burn up on re-entry.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Detach them. Let me pause it now. So he was interviewing this guy. I kind of want to watch the full podcast, but he was talking to this guy who got pretty high up there in the ranking for the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And he led a lot of these missions and stuff. And one of the missions that I don't know if he was leading or he knew about or was involved in, but there was there was a UAP that was in the air, and two pilots were doing test runs or whatever. They were doing just test flights.
Yeah.
And it wasn't showing up on their radar. Like nothing showed up on their radar, and they didn't know it was there until they came up right on it. So they were flying, and they basically flew just around the object.
It went in between them.
In between
Yeah,
them.
it's either Commander David Fravor or General David Fravor.
I think
Commander.
I don't think he was that high up.
I'm pretty sure he's a commander. I'm pretty sure it's David Fravor. I think I've seen that. Yeah, basically, I think he said it went from like crazy, like 80,000 feet above sea level to the sea, literally inside the water in like 1 second.
I didn't get to that part in the podcast. I just knew that. I mean, that could, because I guess he talked about a couple different cases. So I don't know if that was the same case, but there was the way they described it was there's a cube in a clear, like translucent sphere, almost. That description sounds so weird.
They were also jamming their radars.
Well, they don't know. They don't know if they were jamming it or what was going on. If like the airplane's radar wasn't working or what.
Yeah, so basically what he said is their radars were jammed, and that's technically an act of war.
Yeah.
So like they had to go, well, they didn't have to, but they decided to follow it, and they were chasing it, and it would literally just be like 80,000 feet above sea level, and all of a sudden it would disappear, and then it would pop up somewhere else on their, like they would see it somewhere else, they'd go after it. And in this story, basically he said he saw it drop down into the water.
Yeah.
And then it was literally under, like inside the ocean. It was under the top of the water, and all of a sudden it just flew out and disappeared.
You know, so people like to discredit the UFO sightings and stuff by saying if there's an advanced species and they're able to like get here via space travel, like by I don't know what means or whatever they get here, but they're able to travel here, you think they're just gonna like show themselves or like crash onto our planet for us to see? And it's just like, you realize, like, for us, I'm assuming this would be the same for aliens too. There's smart people who like design and create shit like this, and then there's people who fucking use the shit that people create and do fucking dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
Like, who knows if it's some alien kids like trolling.
This is my take.
Yeah.
And I have a very controversial take, but I honestly think, like, if someone had a gun to my head and they were like, you have to tell me word for word what you think it is. So I honestly think that it's an advanced version of us.
Oh my god.
Like, I think it's what we become. And the reason that they're trying to stay hidden and they don't want us to really know, I think they're observing us and going, okay, this is how it goes. Like, they know that this is what it takes to get where they are, but really all they're doing is just observing and making sure that we don't blow each other up. That is just my honest, like, that is my take on it. Like, I honestly think that they found us as humans, we found a more stable and, you know, other planet
in the past.
We found a different planet that we will be more successful and live on and can live on without Earth going in cycle of fucking what's it called, ice age, because the Earth will cycle. An ice age will happen again. There is proof that humans were here through the ice age and survived through the ice age. Like, I don't know, that's just my take. Like I said, it's controversial as fuck.
This kid watched the 100 TV program one time and then based his entire
No, the 100.
alien
How they're
thing on-
living. How they're living in. No, I think they're on a different planet. I don't think they're in a fucking. I don't think they're in a orbiting fucking space station.
But oh wait, am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of something else, not the 100. There's another TV show, where humans get powers, right?
Oh, I mean, I
And
don't.
then like the first humans to develop superpowers, and there starts to be these UFO sightings, and the UFO sightings are actually future humans, like the gray aliens are future us. And they went back in time to stop some catastrophic event from happening.
That's kind of crazy. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I thought it was called the 100, but maybe I'm trolling. Well, I think
No.
that's the other program.
The 100 is completely different. I've watched the 100. The 100 is they had to leave Earth because of radiation, and
Yeah.
they come back like 100 years later, and they send 100 juvenile delinquents
Yeah, down to Earth.
down to Earth to see if they can
Well,
survive.
I thought it was supposed to be like a death sentence or whatever.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not
Well,
sure.
they didn't know. They didn't
Yeah.
know if they were going to survive or not.
Yeah.
So they just sent 100 juvenile delinquents because they were like, well, these are shitty people anyway, so just get rid of them.
Well,
Because
okay,
basically what
to
was
be-
happening
to-
on the space station is they were running out of oxygen, so they had to get
yeah,
off.
yeah. I mean the thing about that is it's such a limited environment to be able to grow stuff on.
Yeah,
So you can only have so many fucking people on the space station.
right, exactly, and that's what they were doing, and
Yeah.
they had to get the 100 people off to conserve
Like their
oxygen.
oxygen
Yeah.
levels. Yeah.
So they were like, we'll just send the 100, and so yeah, but yeah, that's my take. That's honestly my take. And with
That is-
the whole gray alien thing,
Yeah.
in every account, and like people who say they have seen aliens, they don't have sex organs.
Yeah.
Like they just don't. They don't have bad word. They don't have vaginas and they don't have penises. So
Yeah.
like that
Well,
I
they
think
could
is
have
odd.
other organs. I
Well,
don't know. They might have some weird shit down there. I don't know.
But see, that's the thing. It's like we're kind of heading toward that right now.
Maybe they're like fish like aliens where they lay eggs.
But see, that's the thing that we're kind of heading toward right now is we're already creating in labs human embryos.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, they would still develop with sexual parts though.
You never know.
I mean, I do know because it's in the DNA. What do you mean? It says build a penis here, build vagina there.
But no.
No, okay.
Lab made. Everything's lab made.
Yeah.
I was made in a lab.
Yeah.
Homelander style.
I mean, I definitely would believe that you're made in a lab. This kid's fucking. He's got something up with him. Sheesh.
I don't know. I'm probably 100% wrong, but I just can't think of anything else like why we're not that interesting. But then again, maybe we are interesting to a different plant, a different species, because they may have found a way to manipulate gravity.
Yeah.
And we haven't.
Yeah.
So they might be like, wait, what the fuck is that thing inside that moving object that is, pulling in the gasoline and shitting it out the back? Like, they might find that interesting compared to the shit that they think is it. Like,
they probably did have some. I mean, it might not be the same fuel source that we have. I mean, maybe they came up with something else.
Yeah, more efficient. Like, I don't know, water.
I mean, sure, but
water could literally work.
Well, we're assuming that they're like thousands of years advanced than us. probably more than.
They don't even necessarily have to be. That's what's crazy.
Oh no, they necessarily do have to be.
No, they necessarily don't have to be.
They necessarily do have to be because they have to, okay. All right, it depends. Number one, it depends on how they got here. Okay.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's assume
Yeah.
that they didn't follow the exact same things that we followed, and that let's assume that they didn't have to start where we started.
Yes.
So they don't necessarily have to be that advanced. Like I said, they could just do things differently. Maybe they found a way to manipulate gravity that we can't. We can't do anything with gravity. So
okay,
maybe they figured out a way to do it so that they're more efficient.
Okay, but my point is that depending on how they traveled here, so let's say they traveled here by normal means, like say wormholes aren't don't exist, or you can't create them. Okay.
Okay.
They literally had to be probably maybe not thousands of years, but at least 100 or so years
I see
advanced
what
than
you're
us.
saying, because they would have to make it to us.
Yeah.
It depends on where they are too, though.
Well, yeah.
Because it only takes.
It depends on how fast they can travel.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Before we go any further, I just have to say, my hypothesis. So if we're assuming that they are here, and that the UFO sightings are real, at least some of them are real. My thought process is the reason why we don't see them as much is because of two things. They either have a non-interference policy, like it could be like a single group of aliens or whatever, and they have a non-interference policy, or they're I don't know about this one, but if they are part of some galactic civilization, maybe the census is that they can't interfere with us or don't want to interfere with our development. That's why they don't uplift us or whatever. Because I would feel like, just to speed up the processes here, it'd be pretty nice if they could uplift us so we could space travel with them pulling out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They did actually. So don't quote me on this time period, because I'm not smart enough to remember or know what the time period was. But at some point, it was over the span of, I want to say 1,000,000 years, our brain grew, from the time we were, monkeys.
You think you're a believer in the whatchamacallit, the ancient aliens, they planted their DNA into our genome?
No, I mean, I don't necessarily believe that, but maybe. But it's proven, though. No, I'm trying to say something that's proven. I'm not saying I'm saying something that's proven over. I think it was a span of 1,000,000 years. But again, don't quote me on that time period. Our brain size grew like a lot. Some people say that it was due to them putting their DNA in us, and some people say it was actually psychedelic.
How'd they insert the DNA though?
Oh yeah, you know how they inserted it straight through the kisser. You know what I'm saying? But then other people say it was psychedelics and mushrooms. That
the shroom theory that was brought up on. I don't really believe that.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't know if that would change the chemical processes in our. I mean, I guess it does to some extent, but I don't think it would expand our brain capacity in the same.
No, but I'm gonna sound whack for saying this, but I used to not believe in evolution.
Yeah.
I literally used to not believe in it, but then I found out that chimps and just monkeys in general, they use tools and everything. And then once I found that out, they were literally making spears and stuff, I'm like, okay.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to making spears, but they can use tools. I don't know the extent of which.
They actually watched fishermen
Yeah.
spearfishing,
Oh,
and
so
they
they
spearfished.
okay, so they've learned it through
They've learned it,
watching
yeah.
us. Okay.
Yeah. So they know how to do it, and like they use rocks obviously to break things open. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for some reason
But
I
that,
just
I mean,
never
those are
believed.
still considered tools and
Oh
stuff. They
yeah,
just yeah.
that's my point. Yeah, that's my
I
point.
mean,
So I
that's the
never
shit we
believed in
used
it.
to do way back in the
But
day.
like this is why I kind of believe in the whole mushroom theory though, because
Yeah.
it's like I mean, I've never actually tripped on psychedelics, like I've never done any, but I would assume that if like let's say they were eating mushrooms
Yeah.
and they saw some crazy shit and they're like, "Oh, let's try that." You know what I mean? Like
Or they
they
did
were
the DMT.
yeah, they did some DMT and then, you know, they saw some crazy shit and like they kind of just knew what to do with what they saw and
Yeah.
that like we over that span of million years because I mean a million years is a long ass time.
Yeah.
Something, you know,
Wait, are
happened
you
where
sure about this time scale?
I'm not at all. That's why I said don't quote me on it. I don't know if it was a million years. I don't know if it was 100,000 years. I just know it was some time period where our brains just got massive.
I'm pretty sure it's not a million years, but because I think the section you're talking about is when we started to like um get better food sources and stuff. I think. I don't know if that's when we started building fires or what. We started cooking our food.
It says the bottom graph shows how brain size increased over the past 3 million years, especially between 800,000 and 200,000 years ago. A large brain capable of processing.
Okay, so that's what I was specifically thinking of. The 300 to 200? Is that what you said?
It said 800 and 200,000.
Oh, 800 and 200. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking of is that stretch. But wait, when was that? When was that in development?
Let me see. So it says why this sudden brain increase. So it's it's like right around a million years actually.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Does it say in what point our development? I don't think we were humans then.
No, we weren't. We weren't.
Okay.
We weren't humans. We were still you know,
One of the
chimp. Oh yeah, one of the I
one
mean
of the developmental species.
yeah, chimpanzees are our closest animal relative, so
Are they?
yeah. They have like 99.9% of our DNA.
Yeah.
It's something crazy like that. We're like 2 chromosomes more.
Oh yeah, we actually did. So I know there was like two things that like splintered off. It was the two chromosome, like the extra two chromosomes that came in that really changed our development. There was something else specifically as well.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there's I mean, just like how Earth well, not even just Earth, but how everything was created, like the Big Bang theory. It's just a theory. We don't know. We don't really know if we you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like we don't know exactly what happened and we probably never will know exactly what happened. So, but what I kind of want to know like deeper into what you think.
I mean, for what specifically?
Like aliens. Like
What? Like how
like,
involved they are here?
not how involved they are, but like what do you think they are? Like what's your take? Like do you
Oh,
think
I mean, I don't think
they
they're
have
future
nothing?
us. That's for sure.
Well, I don't think they're future us.
Okay.
I think they're past us.
They're
I think
oh,
they
dude,
were
this is like the Halo. This is like Halo theory almost.
I think they were past us that got off the planet successfully.
Can I explain to you like the plot of Halo real quick?
Well, I know the plot of Halo,
No,
but
no. I'm talking about the lore plot.
okay.
So basically, there's the precursors, which created like all the species within the galaxy that we live in, right?
Mhm.
Anyways, they created the flood by accident. A whole war broke out between the flood. We were beefing with the Forerunners, and the Forerunners didn't like us because we were like the favorites of the precursors, right?
Okay.
And they like stole our ship, or they stole like some specific thing that the precursors were passing down to us, right? And like during all this conflict or whatever, we got banished back to Earth. Okay, like we either got pushed back by the flood or we got banished by the Forerunners back to Earth, and then we got restarted basically from ground zero on Earth. Rip.
Tough.
But just give me your specific rundown real quick of what exactly you think happened.
All right.
I can cut out the Halo thing, but
So dude, this is gonna have to be like a whole different podcast because I could literally go so deep.
just give me like the shortest
general rundown. Is
Okay.
I think that there were humans for us that successfully got off of Earth,
Okay.
found a more stable living environment where they weren't gonna have to literally evacuate or shelter themselves every fucking ice age. And they're coming back to us now.
Right.
And basically saving us from ourselves. Or they're going to save us from ourselves.
This is such a weird take, bro. I'm just being honest.
That's just what I
okay, let's say we got off a planet, right?
Mhm.
I mean, right now we deal with like all these things pretty well. I mean, this would have to be hundreds of thousands of years ago, no? Or how long ago, like time scale wise? If we had the development to like space travel and like move to other planets and stuff, I don't think an ice age is going to like reset us, bro.
I'm not just saying the ice age, but like think about like the dinosaurs, they get taken out.
Yeah.
The ice age basically reset.
Well, reset the planet,
but it was catastrophic for humans.
Well, no, we weren't around when the ice age started. I think we started coming in. We were in parts of an ice age, but we weren't.
But like all I'm trying to say is we definitely did go through the ice age because
we didn't go through the whole ice age, bro.
No, but we were alive when woolly mammoths were still alive. We used to hunt woolly mammoths, and they were taken out by an ice age.
Well, they weren't taken. No. They were specifically adapted to the ice age. The woolly mammoths were.
Then what did they get wiped out by?
Us.
No.
We hunted them down. Yes, we hunted them to death. Yes.
That's a theory. That's a theory.
I mean, the woolly mammoths, I think that's the biggest explanation that we have specifically for the woolly mammoths is that we literally hunted them to death.
There's no way we hunted them to death.
I mean, bro, we specced into spears and then we speared them down. I don't know.
I gotta look this up.
Look up cause of woolly. Dude, the thing about the woolly mammoths is that mammals specifically arose because the ice age wiped out all of the.
Right here, climate change, not humans, was reason woolly mammoth went extinct.
But that's because it warmed up.
For millions of years, woolly mammoths roamed across the globe until they disappeared around 4,000 years ago.
But that wasn't due to the ice age. That was due to
my bad. It wasn't
ice age.
Okay, it wasn't due to the ice age. My bad. But what I'm trying to say is our Earth cycles. Okay.
Yeah.
Our Earth goes through our Earth. Our planet goes through cycles where it gets super hot and then it gets super cold. Yeah. And obviously we can't gauge, well, we can gauge, but we can't control fucking meteorites and shit. But like, what I'm trying to say is, if there were people before us, and they were able to get off this planet, because of these things, like my theory is because of these things, like they couldn't stick around, because if they did, they were going to get wiped out by one of these things.
Dude, if we're that advanced to get off of planet and land on another planet and actually survive on it, you would think we'd be able to handle asteroids and stuff like that.
But if we found a planet where we didn't have to deal with these things, why would you not go there?
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with asteroids eventually.
Like, asteroids, but you might not have to deal with an ice age.
I'm not entirely certain there's a planet like
that
exists.
And I'm not either. I'm not either. But I'm just saying this is just a because I also have other theories too. I have other theories.
I just don't understand on like the specific time scale. Like I literally like. Well, that, and if we're so advanced to be able to go to another planet, like how are we supposed to we
can go to other planets now?
Well, yeah, but we can't like start another civilization on another planet now.
We're going to in the next 100 years.
Well, we gotta terraform Mars and stuff, but yeah.
And we're going to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll be on Mars in our lifetime.
Well, yeah.
So I mean. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? We're pretty advanced now, and we've been here for a short amount of time.
Well, comparatively.
Comparatively, we've been here for
but now you're okay. But now you're shortening our history now, because like if you think we, I don't.
But we don't know though. We don't know what was before us. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, we do because of fossil records and stuff.
Okay, but every single time they find something, it dates back further. Like this shit in Turkey that we're talking about.
I mean,
but
that's the oldest. That's the oldest, like so that's the oldest temple like site. Temple like I shouldn't really say temple. It's like a prayer site.
Okay, so
it's not anything like super impressive. It's not like fucking pyramids.
It's pretty impressive. It's got pillars and it's got stone.
I mean, I've seen it. I mean, we build sites like that, and yes, for the time period, it is impressive. But it's not like we went to outer space and came, like impressive.
But again, we don't know what came before. Like obviously, there was people before them. So we don't know. We don't know exactly. That's why it's just. I mean, nobody really knows. That's why.
Do you literally think like there was like another highly intelligent species that was before us? Like I don't
know.
I don't.
It's possible.
We would find something, bro. We would have found something by now.
But have we not found the pyramids that we can explain?
But we've
known about those.
We can't. Yeah, but we can literally see those.
If you honestly think,
and we know how to build.
If you honestly think that they literally use pulley systems to create that, you are out of your fucking mind,
dude.
You're out of your fucking mind if you think that.
I mean, I don't know if it was pulley systems, but they use like basic. Yes.
Okay. You're out of your fucking mind if you think that. Anybody that thinks that's legit is, bro. Why would if that was the case, we would be actively building new ones. We would have already.
No, the reasons why we don't do it is because there's no point. Like there's no specific point to do them. They did them because they're monuments essentially. We don't really build monuments anymore.
If you honestly think that that's the way they were built, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure some pharaoh was like, "Yo, I want something built like super impressive. Get on it, boys." So
I don't think that at all. I mean, how fucking long that would take.
We used to. I mean, the Romans and stuff built a lot of impressive structures. I mean, there's impressive structures all over the world. We don't take the time to actually build them anymore.
All right, well, instead of shitting on my take, let's hear your take. What is your take?
My take is that our history, as we know it so far, is what happens. Like I don't know what you want me to say.
So if aliens are real,
yeah,
where did they come from, and why do they not want to communicate with us?
I told you before. Like I think there's probably a few different reasons. They're probably just watching us to see our developmental processes.
For what though?
For I don't know, studying, or they have like a non-interference policy or something, and they're just watching us to keep track of our progress. It's not necessarily that like I don't know. I don't think they're future or past us coming back to say what's good. Like I really don't.
I don't know. Like I said, I have a few different takes. Like that's just one of them. But I don't know. We could just be test dummies too.
I mean, if you believe the ancient aliens thing, like they were just we were created to get resources for them, I guess. And then but
yo, that'd be kind of nuts if we were and something happened on their planet and they couldn't come back. That'd be nuts.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like if that was really the case, you think they would give us like more advanced technology.
Exactly.
To, like,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like I honestly don't know. And the thing that bothers me that like so much that I don't know, it's like, what if it was nothing? We did just go through an evolutionary period. There are no other beings.
Yeah.
And it's just us. But see, that's just such an ignorant mindset, though. I don't want that mindset. I want there to be other beings.
Well, just because another species didn't develop on Earth doesn't mean there hasn't been species that didn't develop all across the.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Universe.
It's like if we did go through the evolutionary cycle,
yeah,
we did it very quickly. And
I mean, did we? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we did it really quickly.
Okay, relatively quickly. But you can't explain some of the shit that people see. It's unexplainable. Now, obviously there are lunatics and people that are on drugs and can't stand to have an intelligent conversation and make things up or think that they see something, but like I don't know. Like I said, we had to dedicate a whole podcast to this.
Okay. What was I gonna say?
You're not giving me enough info on what your take is, though.
I don't know what you want. Like I don't think there's anything really extravagant about that. Like the aliens are. I don't think there's like a complicated thing. I just think they saw us. They took interest in our development, and they're just kind of keeping an eye on us.
But why?
Why? Because they want to keep track of our progress.
And where would they come from?
Fucking some other not galaxy, but either within our galaxy or could be potentially outside our galaxy.
That dude, I don't know what to tell you. I gave a spicy take and you just give
I don't really have a spicy take, bro. I don't have like a crazy theory.
I don't know. I see. I cycle through too many theories because sometimes I'm like, nah, there's no way. And
I mean,
other times I'm like,
I guess. I mean, I don't even know if I really have a theory on this. I think it's possible that our government knows that these aliens exist. I mean, I don't know if that's really a crazy theory, though.
I always revert back to like, if anything happens, I will be very surprised even if I think they exist. Like, if they were just to come down one day and start shitting on us, I'd still be surprised. Or if they came down and wanted to communicate, I would still be surprised.
Yeah.
So I always revert back to that. It's like, even though I want to believe and I do believe, it's like I'm still gonna be surprised if they come. So
Yeah. Say what's good.
if they just pull up one day and there's like, what's good, Poppy?
What's good?
They can come get me, honestly.
Pull up.
As long as they don't put anything in my butt, we're good.
Not the probes.
Like honestly, as long as they don't throw a test tube in my bungholio, we're cooking with fire, bro. Like I won't even tell a soul.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I guess we can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, we can, but real quick, I want to say, like, everybody that's ever said they've been abducted, they all say that they stuck something in their butt. So if the aliens are listening, please, if you ever abduct me, do not stick anything in my butt because I will fight you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they all say that, but there have been like weird occurrences where people have seen something in the sky and like hours will pass and it'll be like they don't even know what happened.
And they'll wake up with a sore butt.
Well, no, they'll be driving at night and they'll see something in the sky and then like a few minutes later they'll look down in their vehicle and the time will be like 2 hours ahead.
But see, like, that's the thing that bothers me. It's like, do you know if that person was on drugs?
I mean, they could be. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can't you got to take everything you hear with a grain of salt because there's some crazy motherfuckers out there. And I'll tell you, bro, I'm not even making this story up. I'm not making this story up. I promise you.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say names, just for the sake of I don't know if they would want their names to be told. But I went and played airsoft with a couple of our friends. This was probably like 2018 or 19 maybe. And I was just thinking about this like 2 weeks ago and I didn't realize it until then. So I had like the iPhone 7 maybe at the time, iPhone 6 or 7.
Yeah.
All right, so we went and played airsoft and we drove like 2 or 3 hours away. And on our way back, I fell asleep. And when I fell asleep, my phone said it was like 2 o'clock or something crazy. Like 2 o'clock, 2 p.m.
And you told me this before.
Yeah, and I woke up like 2 hours later and my phone still said 2 o'clock, but his car time said like 4.
That's
so like
weird.
But then my phone, like I shut it off and turned it back on because I was like, yo, my phone's bugging. I shut it off and turned it back on and it was only like 2 minutes later. It was like 2:12. And then I shut my phone off. It was like 2:14 when I turned my phone back on, and I'm like, bro, what? Like, so like now that you say that, like, I'm not even gonna cap. I've kind of experienced something like that before.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. To this day, like because I fell asleep and I woke up and like, I know I'm not a napper. So like, I always feel like garbage when I wake up, and I felt like absolute shit when I woke up from that nap. And like like I said, my phone was bugged, bro. But like, I literally had to go in my phone settings and change the time to what it was. And we didn't cross state lines. Like, it's not like we went into a different time zone or anything, because your phone will automatically change anyway.
Yeah.
But like,
well, unless you set it to manual.
But yeah. So like, I don't know. I have experienced something weird like that. So you never know. Like, the car maybe glitches. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Like, something happened to my phone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was weird. I did mention it to them at the time. Like, I was like, yo, my phone's bugging, but like, I didn't think of anything of it. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like,
this kid got abducted and he doesn't even know it.
bro, imagine I got abducted. They didn't even realize it. They were in the car with me. They just didn't realize I was gone.
Sheesh.
But yeah. So I have experienced something like that before. But anyway, yeah, we can go on to the next topic. My bad.
All right. Well, our next one is the Mars rock, but I still kind of want to bring up the phosphine or whatever on Venus, so we can talk about that afterwards.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. Let me.
I mean, the rock is interesting. I don't really know. I don't really know what they're trying to say it is, though.
I'm pretty sure they're just saying it's like a
A
meteorite.
donut. Okay, a donut-shaped rock. Okay, cool.
I mean, it looks interesting. It's an interesting formation.
No, it definitely is interesting, but it's like, I mean, it's explainable.
On Friday, June 23rd, the NASA rover captured a photo of a dark, rocky object that oddly enough resembles a donut.
Okay, so that's what they're trying to say, is it like people are out here eating rock-shaped donuts and shit? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I think some people are saying it's, like it's unnatural, so maybe like an alien or something, or maybe not necessarily an alien, but maybe there's life on Mars that
life,
somehow made it. But I don't think I agree with those takes. I don't think an alien dicked it down or anything.
That's another theory that we used to actually live on Mars, but the core of Mars was getting so bad that they sent Adam and Eve on a fucking ship and sent them to Earth to restart.
Yeah,
dude, that would be
don't
nuts.
believe that.
That would be nuts. That's all I'm saying. That would be nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't believe. I'm not a firm believer of it either, but I also don't believe in the Big Bang. So I mean,
okay. Okay. All right. You got some weird takes, but all right, let's get it.
they're just theories.
Yeah.
They're not. There's nothing proven. Prove it to me. Don't call them theories. There's a reason they're called the Big Bang Theory. There's a reason.
Yes, but we have data. Like, the reason why we form the theories because we have data that suggests that this is the case. We can, by constructing like not the origin point, but if we assume that it was by a Big Bang, like, it explains a lot of the processes within the universe. That's why people go with the Big Bang.
Tell that to a religious person.
Yeah, I mean, God could have done the.
They're just gonna.
He said, "Let there be." They just say, "Let there be light." There you go, and that's the Big Bang.
Let there be light. He didn't say, "Let there be brain" when he made me. I can tell you that much.
Let there be only one brain cell in this kid's head.
Sheesh.
Yeah, damn. NASA's Perseverance rovers has spent the last year and a half on Mars exploring an ancient lake bed called. Oh, so that even explains it even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Called the Jezreel crater. So this is probably just from. What do I want to say? What's the actual term?
Yeah, I don't remember what the actual term is. It's like.
Oh my god, I can't think of it right now. I'm blanking out.
Corrosion?
Oh, erosion. That's what it is. It's
erosion. Yeah, erosion.
Anyways.
I was typing it in and I'm like, wait. Yeah, it's erosion. There you go.
So this is probably like water erosion or something, or it could be a mixture of water erosion or Mars does have dust storms.
Yeah.
So it could have been because of that. It wasn't because, an alien thought there was a spicy looking rock and he fucking after it. But yeah. I don't think this is created by anything.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but at the same time, I'm on the same page. I don't find that insane. I would find it more insane if they found like metal that was shaped like that. If they found
yeah, like if it was metal or something.
Like I would be more. I mean, it's just a rock. Like
I don't know, a hole in it.
I could probably go out to Colorado and find a rock just like that in the mountains. I don't.
Maybe not exactly like that, but yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like something similar. I could. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think they run stories like this just because they can.
Yeah.
Make money. So
I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but it's probably
it's
just
definitely cool. I mean, it's cool. I find it more cool that the rover still works on Mars. So
yeah. So the reason why they're exploring this area is scientists are trying to find signs of microbial life that existed 3.5 billion years ago.
And yeah, it's possible. I mean, is it Mars that they discovered water on, or they used to have water?
Well, okay, so Mars, so they know this is like a lake area.
So right, there was water on it at some point.
Well, yeah, so there's ice caps on Mars. Like we know that there was water. We can tell by
It's just too cold.
Yeah, so Mars's core died and it got very cold there. And yeah, so it basically froze all the water.
See, I do know a little bit. That one brain cell does kick in every once in a while. But
Does
yeah,
start
so,
working.
yeah,
Starts
it does. It gets a little fiery.
neuron activated.
But yeah, so basically, like, I don't know. This, like, again, I think they run stories like this, especially when it's NASA. I think they run stories like this just to make money. Like, I mean, I'm not blaming them. I'm not saying that it's stupid, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, okay, like it's a rock, cool.
Yeah, and you know, if they're looking, so they're looking at this area because it could have hosted microbial life because there was water at some point in time in this area.
Right.
We can tell, well, because we know it's like a lake shape. I mean, we can see where there's like actual like streams or rivers that were on Mars and stuff.
Right.
So these are prime locations to see if there's actually life beforehand. I don't know how exactly you're able to tell, because you can tell on Earth if you look at some like older rocks, you can tell when there's microbial life. I wonder if you can actually do that on Mars.
I'm sure they can, but it's probably a lot harder with just a rover.
Well, yeah, just a rover, and then we'll also probably millions of years of erosion.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
And different things. Who knows how many storms and stuff have happened over 3.5 million years.
Yeah.
Like other planets, like they get hit with meteors all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so there is like really massive dust storms because Mars is just dust, essentially.
A red planet.
And so there's like massive dust storms that could just easily erode a lot of this stuff that we're looking at.
Yeah.
But, I mean, cool looking rock, I guess.
I think like maybe next week or in a couple weeks, if nothing crazy happens, we should honestly do a space, like just a full on space podcast. Like
all right.
we'll talk about everything. We'll talk about Mars because we could actually honestly talk about the right now they have like I think it's 4 NASA astronauts that are like basically training for Mars. Like they're going to be in there for like 385 days or something. They basically
I sent that in the Discord.
Yeah, they built like this dome, and
I actually think I actually was gonna talk. Like actually, I was planning on talking about on this, but
yeah, next week we should definitely talk about it because I'm really interested in that. We could talk about pretty much everything from start to finish about like Mars and.
All right. I mean, well, I kind of did want to briefly mention the phosphine and then something else, but I don't know if you want to talk about that now or not.
Why don't we just wait for next week?
All right. I mean, okay. I mean, I think we should just talk about it now, if I'm being honest.
All right. Let's just talk about it then.
Let me scroll down and look at these other pictures though. There's a zoomed picture. The Russie, bruh. Pretty sick. Pretty cool. Wow. So it's the Gale crater. And then they're eagerly anticipating further insights into the nature of this mysterious rock. Like, what are they looking at samples from it? I'm assuming. I mean, I guess. I mean, if it brings back anything cool, I guess that works, right?
Exactly.
I don't even think that this community note is even that good, to be honest. But I mean, we'll click on it. So, latest in space on Twitter. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Latest in Space on Twitter said, breaking, phosphine gas has been found again in Venus's atmosphere. This gas is only known to be produced from living organisms or artificially in a lab, a strong indicator of life on Venus. And the community note says the phosphine detected could also very be likely oh my god, what is this wording? Could also very likely be from abiotic origins, from processes scientists do not yet fully understand. So I'm pretty sure this like the phosphine, it was never like 100% confirmed that it was phosphine. Like they're doing atmospheric testing. Like obviously you can only do so much from outer space, and using like, I don't know how they do it. They just look at variations and whatever. So it's not like they have like direct samples.
Yeah.
They're guesstimating. And I'm pretty sure the original article this was based off of, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, like none of these. So if we go to the NASA, it says no phosphine on Venus, according to Sophia. This was in 2022. Like, I think the original claims were in 2020, where they found phosphine.
So that's why they're saying, quote unquote, again.
Yeah. So phosphine is a gas found in Earth's atmosphere, but the announcement of phosphine discovered above Venus's clouds made headlines in 2020. The reason was its potential as a biomarker. In other words, phosphine could be an indicator of life, though common in the atmospheres of gas planets. Wait, it's common in the atmospheres of gas planets like Jupiter and Saturn? Oh. Well, that makes me think even more that, I mean, if it is phosphine, then like I really don't think it's life. Venus is a hellscape, okay? It's the hottest planet in our solar system, okay? Because of the thick, dense clouds. I don't think anything's living on there, bro. Like, it's ridiculously hot. I do not think anything could live on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
Phosphine is a relatively simple chemical compound. It's just a phosphorus atom with 3 hydrogens, so you'd think it'd be fairly easy to produce, but on Venus, it's not obvious how it could be made. Martin Cordner, a researcher in astrochemistry and planetary science at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt. So they're just not sure how it's specifically made on Venus. I mean, it could be signs of biological life, but I really don't think so. So yeah, I mean, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm with you. I think it's too hot.
Yeah.
I until they can confirm that it is, I probably will disagree until they can actually prove it's phosphine, and then we can look into it.
Yeah, I mean, even
I just don't see it being possible.
I mean, let's say it is phosphine. The likelihood that it's from biological life is just pretty
slim to none. Yeah.
I think there's a lot better candidates for life if people are looking for life in our solar system. One of the moons. I mean, I think there's like a couple of moons that are potential holders of life on Jupiter, or moons or satellites of Jupiter, I should say, not moons. Europa specifically. Basically, Europa is an ice ball, right? And we've seen it release water. So, due to Jupiter's gravitational forces, it will crack open the surfaces of Europa, and we can actually see water jets shoot out. So the theory is that there's actual heat vents that are inside Europa, right? And so if there's water and there's heat, we could potentially see microbial life, maybe even multicellular cellular organisms.
That'd
So
be nuts.
that is a legitimate candidate for life in our solar system. That I would be most look forward to, in my opinion. But I mean, we'd have to get there. Number one, number two, we have to drill through the ice and actually send probes down in there.
Nah, bro. Just dive in.
Dive in, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
time it perfectly so when it cracks, you just right where the water shoots out.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I wonder how long it could last doing that. Cause like, I mean, it's probably got a shit ton of water in it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you'd probably drown.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you couldn't escape.
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine. Well, I guess we're gonna kind of do that to Mars because the first people that go to Mars are a one-way mission. Like, think about how. All right, no. Let's not get into that because I want
one way. Wait, what do you mean one-way mission? We're not just gonna leave them there.
Yeah, they're not coming back.
You mean for colonization, though?
Yes, colonization.
Oh yeah.
Like when they go to terraform Mars, they are not the first. I think it's like 6. There's 4 or 6 going. They're not coming back. They have no plans of returning.
It depends on how we like start to like colonize Mars. There's one way that I watch.
Let's say this. Let's save this for next week. Let's save this for next week because I could talk about this for hours, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we're done with this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, we've pretty much covered everything we could. I want to believe, of course, like it would be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's not probable.
Yeah, well, at least not on Venus, anyways.
Yeah.
We could potentially terraform Venus as well. Like Venus is a terraforming candidate, but
it's just hot.
Yeah, we would have to remove all the CO2 from the air. That's what's keeping all the heat in. That's why Venus is the hottest planet, is because I mean, if you look at it, it's covered in gas.
Right. Yeah.
Which sucks because I think it's still within the Goldilocks zone, which is where Earth's located. That's like where life is most likely to be able to form, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar size. It's like very close to the same size as Earth, and yeah. There's one other problem with it though. I think the days are super long. Like I think its day is as long as its year.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that.
So yeah, Venus, we'd have to do a little bit of terraforming, you know, but it's potential's there. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it more, I guess, on the next podcast.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Xander from Player's Perspective. The video you just watched is a segment from our podcast. If you like the video, you can check out our other content on YouTube, such as segments like these, or you can check out the full-length podcast. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.